please, on me.
Yeah?
My free Kasasa Cashback checking account surprised me with sweet cash rewards.
So thoughtful.
Kasasa Cashback simply appreciates me. It also refunds my ATM withdrawal fees.
My Megabank account just takes money out every month without even asking.
Sounds like it's time to move on.
Take back the special treatment you deserve with Kasasa Cashback.
Ask for Kasasa Cash Checking at Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank today. Member FDIC.
Family owned and operated. That's something you don't hear too often anymore. Highway Campers of Plainfield is now 3 generations in and going strong. If you're looking to upgrade or get your first RV, contact the family that knows RVs, Highway Campers. They'll walk you through the process of finding the right RV for you and can even finance it for you. Visit www.highwaycampers.com and find your home on wheels. After all, home is where you park it. Highway Campers is a proud supporter of Griswold Youth Football.
Reliable plumbing and heating services are just a phone call away when you contact the professionals at McGuire Plumbing and Heating in Fallontown. Family owned for more than 35 years, McGuire Plumbing and Heating has earned a reputation by providing accurate quotes and being open and honest when on the job, plus giving honest advice that may be needed down the road but isn't an immediate concern today. Find McGuire Plumbing and Heating on Facebook or call 860-376-3388. Look for the big truck with the little Irish fella. McGuire Plumbing and Heating, proud sponsor of Griswold Youth Football.
We love the 80s. SNSN.
Your internet home for big 80s hair and big 80s hits.
When you hit the car, you got to get it underway. Come from an under below.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning. Whoa.
Wow. There we go.
How's that? Not much better? Yeah. I do that a lot.
Fun with levels. Can never get them right. Never can get them right. Been doing this, I don't know, 150 years, and I still can't get the advertising. And all of a sudden, somebody's going to walk in at the very last minute. Let's see.
Is that Al sweeping?
I don't know. Thought I heard the door. You never know who's going to walk in here. You just don't. You know, it's like, you know, you start talking to and somebody to be at the doorway going, "Hey, how are you?" Oh, hi. We're doing a radio show. Good to see you. It happens a lot,
yeah.
You know.
Keeps it interesting.
Huh?
Keeps it interesting.
It does. All right. So, couple of interesting days, you know, when it comes to towny stuff.
Townies, I like that.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of chatter. Mm-hmm. You know, this has been one of the main subjects lately about, you know, mask wearing during athletics. You know, is it the right thing? Is it not the right thing? Whatever. So when the CIAC released their winter sports guidance for high schools, it was put in there that they felt that non-vaccinated kids would have to wear masks during competition, where if you were fully vaccinated, you didn't have to. That comes from the CIAC, which is the governing body that watches over, you know, the state of Connecticut, you know, athletics, you know, high school athletics, middle school athletics.
Are they guidance or are they rules?
That's
a big difference. That's why I was wondering.
No, it's pretty much rules.
Okay.
But then they turned around and they said to the different schools, you can pretty much, you know, do what you want to do. This may be inappropriate for your school. It may be so whatever.
Yeah. So that sounds more like guidance. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So schools did. They started, you know, doing what they felt was best. You know, were fans going to be allowed in? Were fans not going to be allowed in? You know, were visiting fans going to come in? It was a whole bouillabaisse of things. Middle school, you know, had different. For example, none of the middle school kids Supposedly the parents can't go. No visiting fans at middle school. No sporting events. So then the Board of Education went ahead, Griswold Board of Education went ahead and adopted, the guidance from the CIAC, which comes down from its recommendations from the state health department that kids that are vaccinated will not have to wear masks, and the ones that are not will have to. Well, that sent everybody into a tailspin, as far as, and there are a lot of good valid points. One of them being segregation.
Yeah.
Little Johnny isn't wearing a mask. Oh, they must have gotten the jab. Me, I'm, and something that they don't believe in. It sucks, man, because I think it's people dividing people. I think they're, the state and the government, they give us the tools.
Yeah.
And here we are self-destructing.
Yep.
You look on social media, it is ugly. It is absolutely ugly. People should have their own opinions. I'm all about healthy debate.
That's inevitable, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think people are doing what the government wants.
Mhm.
They want them to self-destruct. And if you self-destruct, they have to take control.
Yeah. Well, how many times have we heard, oh, okay, so we're going to give you this information, but it's really to distract you from what's really going on, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's really going on is we're at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Are you Republican? Are you Democrat? Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated?
Yeah, and I think this issue here with vaccinations has gone beyond Democrat, Republican now, because I know a lot of Republicans.
That's
that
what started. We're a part of it.
Part of it, but I think it's become more of a. That was during political times, if you notice. That was during the elections and stuff. So I think a lot of I know Republicans personally that have gotten the vaccine, and they think other people should get it. They wear masks in meetings. So I think it's gone beyond Democrat, Republican now. I think it's gone more with what does my family have. What am I concerned about with my family? This and that.
Well, it's funny that you say that because Laura, who's in our room, good morning, Laura, and good morning, Joanne, and good morning, trolls that are not saying anything. That's okay. We love you too. I honestly don't think the kids care if someone is vaccinated or not. It's the parents that influence their opinion, just like everything else.
Right. 100%.
You just said it. Every family has their.
Yeah.
And I don't care. For example, the Wasilek household, I'm sure does a lot of things different than we do in ours.
Probably. Yeah.
But so what?
Yeah. That's what I said. You do what you want at your house, I'll do what I want at my house.
Now, right. I mean, and here's the thing. Here's another thing. If you are vaccinated, I'm not going to ask you. Now, have I ever asked you, Rich, are you vaccinated?
No.
Right. And I won't. I won't ask any of you because why? Because it's none of my business.
Right. I don't ask anybody if they got the flu shot either.
Exactly.
No different.
Exactly.
But I think it's people just going. Honestly, I think it's become a popular issue. People ran with it. I've never made it a secret. I'm not a mask believer. Now they're coming out with evidence in the CDC that's showing that the masks aren't doing anything to prevent anything. There was a doctor on the news the other day from the CDC that said they did a study and they're finding that the masks haven't, I think it's pretty common sense now myself, but the masks aren't helping. It's become, I think it's become more of a security blanket for people.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. Sure.
I've got my mask on. I feel safer. So I think a lot of that's become that, but the shot, I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to not get it now because the way they're putting rules in place.
Let me ask you a question. if you're in bed and all the lights are out,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a big burly guy, right? You hear some knocks and bumps in your house that couldn't be done by your animal or anything like that, and you're in bed. How often are you pulling the sheets over your head, going, "I'm gonna hide," or "Shit"?
Well, I put my mask on first.
Right, but you see what I mean?
Yeah.
What?
No, I get my shotgun.
Right, but some people go ahead and they throw themselves under the covers like it's going to protect them.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect them.
No. It's like playing peekaboo.
It's true, but I think a lot of times people, their first reaction is to hide.
Well,
and even if it's under a white sheet.
Yeah, I think that comes from your fight or flight response.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
That's exactly what it is. Your fight or flight. Some people have the flight. Some people have the flight. That's
So is that what's going on with this stuff?
Well, I think personally, it's for some things in the past, they believe it works. There's evidence to say it didn't work. And again, like anything else, you can get evidence either way. It's what you find more useful, I think. That's what but I think, like I told you before, and this is what they were saying. There's not enough protection with the surgical masks and the facial diapers, I call them, because you're cutting someone's underwear up, putting it over your face. It's not, that's not even funny. It's really what's going on. The particles still get in. You're not protecting yourself. And they say, well, you're protecting somebody else. Well, COVID went up. Everybody, it hasn't worked. So,
right.
But I still think you want to wear your mask, have a blast. You want
to wear it while you're in your car by yourself? Go for it.
I see it all the time. I laugh to myself because I think it's funny, but does it make them feel better? Hey, whatever. I don't. Right. It's not affecting me personally. It gives me a laugh when they drive.
But do you think that we are dividing ourselves?
Yeah, just from what I was saying. I believe you shouldn't be wearing it. I don't make anybody feel dumb because you are wearing it. I don't believe so, at least. Yeah. I may say, why are you wearing your mask? It's not helping you any. But sometimes if I know the person personally, but I'm not going to go making someone feel bad about themselves or start screaming or yelling at them like it's happened to me personally in the store because I'm not wearing one.
Right.
It's just causing a big divide that's not needed. And there's other countries out there that even, like they saw an article, they asked the president yesterday, is your country okay? Are you?
Even Biden was on the Tonight Show last night.
Did he know he was on the Tonight Show?
Nope. And you can tell Jimmy Fallon was all about President Biden. It was all about.
Oh yeah, they're heavy.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Left, right, middle. I don't know. It's left, right?
Yeah, it's left. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're all part of the Illuminati. Oh, I didn't say that. So, he was talking about Joe Biden was talking about getting the vaccination is patriotic. That's what he said. Those were his words last night. Getting the vaccination is patriotic. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you got the vaccination or you didn't, you know what? Don't crap on people.
Well, I think what patriotic is not crapping on people because they did it or did not. That's the whole point of the country. At least it was at one point.
You got neighbors, you got best friends, you have family members.
Yeah.
Going, gnashing their teeth at each other because they believe a certain thing so strongly.
Yeah.
And I know, like, for example, with my oldest daughter, I won't talk politics with her. Even though I'm a conservative, right? I'm a registered Republican. Does it mean I vote straight down the Republican ticket? No, it does not.
No,
not at all.
Well, you shouldn't.
No, and I don't.
Yeah.
But does that mean that I won't vote for some? Of course I will.
Well, yeah.
But my views are my views. And what I don't like is when somebody has a view and then they jam it down your throat. It's like back before the pandemic started, for years, could be a Saturday afternoon about 2:00. Come on, someone's at the door. I might get it. See who it is. All right. Open the door. Hi. Do you have a minute to talk about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? I'm like 12. And I looked at him and I said, can we talk baseball instead? I'm talking, it's always a joke, but it shouldn't be, because Jehovah Witnesses will go door to door, door to door. And that's what they believe to do.
That's their mission. Yeah.
Right. If you don't like it, don't answer the door.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Yeah.
They're not defective.
Yep.
They're not mean and cruel and going to kill you. Like the guy selling books, walking up and down your road, because you think he's creepy.
Yeah.
But leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to deal with them. So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah.
If I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Okay, fine. Let's go get a soda. Talk about something else. Talk about something that maybe you do have in common.
Yeah.
Talk about something that is happy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's too much crap out there that people are just gnashing their teeth and just butting heads because they are so convinced that a certain action is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in this chat room right now that are spreading possibly propaganda. There are people that are spreading what they believe is truth to them. To somebody else, it might be propaganda.
Right. That's the whole point behind propaganda.
Right.
Spread as much as I want.
But don't jam it down my throat, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that is the problem. I think that's a big part of the problem.
It reminds me of we were in Walmart doing our Christmas shopping the other day, and all you hear over the speaker 25 times at least is about masks and protect this person, protect everybody, do this, do that, do this. And it brought me back to old documentaries about, when the educating camps, people in re-educating camps and everything about this is what we believe. You've been playing it 50 times. What does your brain believe after you hear it 150 times? It starts to that's what your brain starts believing is re-educating. And that's
how about this? How about going to a theater and you start at one end of the aisle and you whisper something to somebody on the end seat and you tell them to go ahead and send it, right on down to the other side. By the time it gets to the other side, it's a completely different story.
Telephone game. Yeah.
Yeah. It's completely different.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think that's what a lot of this is. It's they're spreading what they believe is true, and they're playing it 150 times. Other people are dead set against it, and you know where the truth lies.
Somewhere in the middle.
No, neither one of them. Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. But no, don't jam it down my throat. I'm not going to jam it down your throat. Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah.
I do. I think that we're persuasive beings, and we use that naturally to get people to believe and think about what you want them to think, or to be more like-minded.
Yeah.
Because don't you like to hang out with like-minded people, Rich?
Yeah, for the most part, I believe. I think so. I think so.
Sure. And if I can, I can convince you to be like-minded like me.
Yeah.
Wow. Then boy, we'll have a great time, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Right. I think that's natural, but you look at other countries and look at Australia.
Yeah.
Or was it Canada just above us? And was it one of the provinces? They had riots in the streets because they started buckling down even harder. So you had to show a pass to get your food or something in the store. So because showing that you got the shot. So we're not as bad off as some other countries as far as that goes. But what are they saying in there now?
It's division.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what I'm watching.
Division 101.
Yeah. It's like, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You get one guy talking about the KGB and talking about a video that was out 8 years ago.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Then you have some other people going, no, that's not it. Then you have somebody else going, yeah, that's it. And this is what's happening. You're dividing yourself.
Well, I think they're having discussion or they're having a fight. Is there
A debate is when you go ahead and you exchange ideas healthy
Yeah.
in a healthy fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to walk away from that table probably not agreeing with that other person. But after the debate, what happens? You go around the table and you shake each other's hand and you walk away.
Yeah, laugh about
And that's
something
it.
else.
And that's it. Why can't we do that? No, we got to get so emotional about what we believe, or what I believe. And if you don't believe it, then you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you see that a lot now.
And I think you're finding that locally within the schools.
Oh, 100%.
And it's unfair.
Uh-huh.
It's unfair.
100%.
People are blaming, and look, I'm going to lose some friends here, but, whatever. The Board of Education in Griswold, Hebron, Montville, they're doing with what information they're getting from the state health departments and their local health departments. Look, these folks, I've had poignant conversations with educators from many towns. Every one of them has the same directive: keep the kids in school, keep them learning, keep them in sports. These are the teachers. These are Board of Education members. I'm not hearing wear the mask or get out. I'm not hearing that.
I think a lot of people need to understand too, where these people are, like you said, running on what the health department tells them. And they made it no secret. I don't necessarily agree with that, the health department 100%, but they're in a rock and a hard spot. They have to go by what the state's telling them. And
yeah, you gotta stop believing what everybody's saying. Go with your gut, and you know what? Keep it in your own family.
Yeah. Well, my son lost points off one of his classes because he kept adjusting the mask on his face. He's like, "Well, I was adjusting the mask on my face." I'm like, "Well, I understand that, but don't make it so obvious. Don't put it down over your face. If the rule in the class is you have to wear it over your face, you have to eventually follow the rules. It's
right.
You don't like it, but you're not in a position to protest." You're going to lose points on your grade, and guess what? The end result is you still don't have your grades, and you ain't made any point.
I think folks have to. I think folks. This is just my recommendation, and I'm not jamming it down your throat. I think that we need to stop blaming everybody else. Have discussions. Have communication. Getting into social media and slamming somebody else and blasting somebody else with your own beliefs doesn't solve the issue. You want to solve the issue. You want to get it out there. You want to talk to people. Go to a town meeting.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Go to a town meeting.
Yep.
Get off your ass. Quit. Oh, what's on Instagram today? Oh, what's on TikTok today? Oh, what's on Facebook today?
Yeah. You know what I'm finding?
Go to a town meeting. Where it will make a difference.
Yeah. You know what I find is you go watch this junk on social media and stuff. You read the articles, you read the opinions, and then I'm a big believer in, like you said, I go right to the person. I flat out ask them face to face, like we used to do before social media.
Yeah.
And you start talking to them, and you start getting the real points, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Or
you can give information, but you know what? Give the information that is information to you, and let somebody else decide whether or not it's pertinent or not. But don't befriend. Or disassociate,
right?
Because you don't agree with everything that they do or don't do. Yeah. And this is what's happening. We're dividing ourselves.
Yeah. I've had people I put opinions on Facebook, or I used to, and now I just don't put anything on Facebook.
Why?
Unless I have to.
You are more than welcome to put out.
No,
and if people don't like your opinions, then the hell with them, because then they don't respect you as a person.
One of the biggest reasons was it was bringing up more anxiety and upset in me.
Well, then that's understandable.
That's understandable. Because I was getting to the point where I'm like, what the hell? I was getting pissed off and this and that. And like, wait, what am I doing?
Right.
So I got off. But my biggest thing was start going out there and talking to real people.
Talk to the people that
Right.
it's like the board of education, the board of selectmen, they all have they have public forums that you can listen to. If you don't think you're getting anywhere with the board of finance, go to the board of selectmen. If you don't like the budget, and you went to the board of finance, the board of education, you didn't like what they're doing, go to the board of finance. Right. Talk to them.
And what really made a difference in the past was people getting together.
Yes.
Going as big groups, showing a large presence. You can't do that on Facebook.
Laura says, my husband and I have a large group of friends, and we all have various political views. Some of them we can talk politics, and some we absolutely can't. No one is disrespectful, but we just agree to disagree, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I had literally had to stop a bunch of people on social media in one of my groups because you saw it elevating.
Yeah.
Because one of the two couldn't be respectful of the other person. Why? Because their opinion to them was the only one that mattered.
Right. And some of these people, I think they're just, for some reason, something happened that made them so passionate about it. And that's what I was finding. I had a friend that I went to high school with, and she was getting all pissed off about my view on COVID and everything. And she was a nurse. So she's like, oh, I know better. I follow the science. And I was like, well, to me, I am following the science.
You got one side saying follow the science. You have one side saying follow the money.
Yeah, and I said both. You know what? I followed the science and I did follow.
How about
follow
the money of the science?
Right, but she got to the point where she ended up blocking me and this and that, and I was like, all right,
whatever.
Right. Yeah, I'm blocked. You blocked me. All right, well, good for you. But that's how good your science is. You block me, but that's where people are at now. Oh, I don't like your opinion. I'm blocking you.
That's
now.
why.
Yeah.
That's why. And that's part of the thing. You go back 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, you can't block somebody.
Not only that, you were allowed to say, okay, this is what I don't believe, Now it's like, oh, no. Yeah. People will jump up and down on you.
Yeah, I think it got to the point where
we're dividing ourselves.
Because I think, honestly, social media, again, seems to be the creeper in a lot of things. But I think it's easier for people to say, well, only my opinion matters because all my people on Facebook agree with me. So you're obviously wrong.
Social media can be used as a tool to go ahead and communicate your ideas to the masses. And that's what it should be.
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
But once you get on your personal soapbox and you stand up on it and you start talking about what only you believe in, that's okay. But don't get mad at the people that don't agree with you. And that's
what I think that's
the division.
And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because that's what you see more of now. Because it's so more.
It's all you see.
Because it's more in your face. But I don't know if it's always been that way. I don't think it has been. But maybe it has. I don't know. Well, I guess it has because you look at Vietnam War and stuff, and people didn't believe in that, and they started blowing shit up. So it's.
Christian says, I'm a lifetime townie, but I moved to Florida a few months ago because of all of this.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
People make it way too personal and become bullies. And we wonder why the kids are acting the way they are. It's like that old marijuana commercial. I learned it from you, Ma. Yeah. I learned it from you.
Pretty much. But I wonder, is it worse today than it was before? Or is it just more in your face? I don't know.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
It's I just want people to get along, and I understand that there are people, that are not going to.
Yeah, I learned that in kindergarten. That's just
yesterday. The Israelis and the Palestinians, they don't get along. They've been for 2,000 years.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Right.
The tribes in Afghanistan.
So what happens? Do we eventually just self-destruct? Is that where we are heading?
Partially, I think so. At least the way we live now. I don't know necessarily. I don't think the world's going to have like another apocalypse, but I think.
It rhymes with apocalypse, right? Apocalypse.
All right. I don't think we're going to fall into that, but I think it's going to the world is not ever going to be the same. And I think adapting is going to be part of it, and there's people that just don't adapt.
I see. I don't have a problem with the world not being the same.
Yeah.
I have a problem with people not wanting to make it better.
I think that's part of what it was. What's better? I think that's what a lot of that people aren't agreeing on. I think that's what people don't agree on. What is better?
Right.
That's
Rich, I'm going to tell you right now, you have opinions that I've
Mhm.
listened to that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
So
I would
what?
expect that.
Exactly.
Because we're two different people.
Exactly.
Yeah, my wife and I, we argue all the time about stuff we don't agree with.
Mhm.
That's
I
just
wanted
the
you
way
to put
life
my
is.
picture on your phone. You won't do it.
I'll do it, but you're not wearing what I want you to wear.
Folks, do this. Do this. This could be kind of funny. If you have your significant other, your spouse, on your phone, so that whenever your phone opens, you see that person. Change it to like one of your friends with a goofy smile, and then let them see it. Oh, see now, Kathy's there. Crap. See,
She's on it.
she's hurt. Ah, man. So you and I, we can't do this now because.
It's off.
But put your own picture, or have your friend put your picture on there, and then when your spouse or significant other, they'll see it because it's nature to want to know or what to look at the other phone, like what's going on over there. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting there texting, and all of a sudden Melissa's not looking over at me. She's like,
What's over there? What's going on?
and I'll tell her. I said, "Do you want to just go ahead and read it?" That's happened a couple of times. I don't really care. I got nothing to hide, but it's pretty funny. I'm not kidding. I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be like texting, and she'll be like, I'm like, here.
It's Jimmy. Read it.
I don't even know anybody named Jimmy. And so that would be a red flag. Who's Jimmy? I don't know.
Well, Jimmy's really Jane, but with Jimmy.
So yeah, put your picture, put your friend's picture on the phone in a goofy pose or something like that, and just to see what your significant other says. I think it'd be kind of funny.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'd be like, and you probably won't hear. Why is my picture not on your phone anymore? You won't hear that.
No,
you'll hear. Why is their picture on your phone?
Well, Kathy would be like, "Oh, that's just Mike." All right.
But I think she would wonder why. I think it would be kind of funny. Oh, I don't know, Rich. I just think that the division comes from within ourselves, and I think that the information and directives that are coming down from whoever they're coming down from, they give us the information and they give us conflicting views, which resonates with different parts of society.
Yeah.
And then you have those different parts of society, and then they clash.
Of course. That's what our society is now. But I think, look at it this way. If there was a governor up there that was like in Florida, screw the masks, screw this, screw that, what would people up here be acting like?
That's what I don't know. All I know is we went to Disney World right when that was happening in Florida, and COVID levels were just all over the place. None of us got sick. There was 10 of us.
Right. And I wasn't even looking at that aspect, whether the science was correct. I was looking at it as the people's personal views up here. Because the political and demographic view, all that is different up here versus down south.
Yeah.
So would people up here be screaming, you're screwing us by not making us wear masks? Or versus down there, where if you start making them wear a mask, you're going to have another revolution?
So your wife says, about your views, she goes, yeah, but I'm always right, and you just don't agree.
Just ask her; she'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I have to say, in my own experience with Melissa, she's right a lot. She really is. She is right a lot.
Well, don't tell Kathy that. I'm screwed. Don't tell Kathy that.
No, you just did. You just did. Good morning, Donna. He says it's unfortunate we have division in this country. Yes, that is true. It doesn't help when you have former Governor Sarah Palin say she won't get the shot and apparently doesn't care if the virus spreads. The majority of the unvaccinated have made it political?
I think it's both. I think it's both ways.
No, I'm not laughing. Don't at you. I'm laughing at Melissa because I just said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She goes, "Yes, I am."
There you go.
Oh, see, she doesn't think I give her props and stuff like that. She
all
thinks
the
I'm just-
time.
yeah. Come on. See, look at that. Look at that pretty lady. Look at her.
There you go.
See, yes, I am. She is right. And, it's true. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it.
Well, Kathy's right a lot. She is right a lot.
Yeah. We're guys. We're just, pig-headed. That's, and sometimes we're just too much pride.
Well, yeah. I am right sometimes too. Yeah.
Huh?
I am right sometimes.
Once in a while, I'm right too. Melissa says, "Nice to hear you admit it."
Oh.
I always admit it.
Oh.
I don't ever sit there and go, "I'm right, and you're not."
I'm looking for the Stoker. Where's the?
Last night I was really, really teasing the crap out of her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, Megan and I were just tag teaming her, and I felt bad because Melissa would be like, okay at first, like that, but then you can tell she gets to her a little bit, and then I feel bad. I feel bad, even though it's all just in jest, and I know I'm not thinking it's funny, but she's like, I can see it after a while on her face. It's like, it's not funny anymore.
Well, that's what guys do.
So
you gotta have fun. Can't be serious all the time.
We were teasing her. So I'm not gonna say what because I'll tell you at breakfast. So, but you never answered the question.
Which one?
Do you think we are dividing ourselves?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did answer that.
Did you?
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. It's maybe in my head I did. But yeah, we're dividing ourselves, and that's honestly, I know people don't always agree with this, but that's what they want. And
who's they?
The government.
Okay. All
because
see, I'm in agreement with
you. People don't agree with that. Or I'm sorry, they don't agree with each other. They go at each other, and the government feels, all right, they're going at each other. I can do this, I can do that, because they're going at each other and not paying attention to what we're doing. And that happened during COVID everywhere.
And isn't that, we talked about it earlier before we even cracked the microphone this morning. We said that a lot of times what's going on in the news, I'm gonna burp.
Let it rip.
Are the exact same, or what they want you to know, because they're trying to take you and divert you away from what's really happening. So what's really happening, I feel, is not so much a news story or COVID or are you wearing a mask or not. It's about dividing people against each other. And isn't that what happened in 1861?
Yeah. It's happening everywhere. It's happening all around the world.
Right. And everybody's, and you know why I feel that way? Because everybody's pointing fingers.
Yeah, I'm pointing fingers at you. I'm pointing fingers at you. Meanwhile, behind you or over there, they're doing something else that you're not paying attention to. And it's going on everywhere. And we saw it during the first, second, or third epidemic wave. I don't remember what it was. But they started making all these legislative decisions, and people are like, where the hell did that come from? Where did that come from? Well, you weren't paying attention, so that's when it happened. We see it everywhere. We see it, and it's happening again. And are there waves of COVID? Yeah. I mean, but there's science saying, well, this ain't going away. So start paying attention to what's going on around you and not.
So if you go to a meeting and you bring an idea up or something that actually makes it on their agenda where the selectmen are going to go ahead and vote on it. And let's say that they vote 2-1 against, right? Is it over?
Not necessarily 100%, I don't think.
It is not over.
Oh.
It is not over.
Yeah.
And see, if you want to change something, you got to do a little bit of work.
Well, you can't
You
sit
got to do the work.
You can't sit on your couch and
exactly.
Yeah.
You got to do the work, and then you can get on social media and say, look, if you want to join me, then this is what I'm fighting for.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you don't have to.
Like the Unmask Our Kids movement.
Right.
I don't necessarily disagree with them. I mean, does that matter to anybody else? Probably not. But they keep going after the Board of Ed. The Board of Ed is not the people you have to go after.
I know.
It's the state people. It's all this other stuff, all these mandates that come down from the state. You can't make a difference down here.
I always go back to the same person when it comes to if you want to change something.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows who she is. And if you're listening, Pam Padalano, I always reference Pam because there was a time in this town where the state and local government wanted to put in a gun range out in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
It went to a meeting, squashed. They're going to do it. That's it. And then Pam created Keep Grizzled Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think she did?
Went to the state?
No, not at that point.
Oh, okay.
She did a petition and got signatures.
Okay.
Forced a referendum, forced town meetings. See, you can do this.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. See, this government really does belong to you.
Yeah. If you take
in town.
If you're active in it, that's the difference. No, I mean, if you're active in going to it. People can make all the decisions unless they're going to make decisions based on what they think. If you don't go and tell them,
you got to do the work.
Right. And me being on planning and zoning, well, as an alternate, but
it's okay.
I have my opinions on stuff, but I have to work off of that if you're not coming to me and telling me what your opinion is or why you think about something. Other than that, what am I got to work off of?
True.
And that's what a lot of these people are doing. They're like,
start your own coalition.
Yeah.
Get signatures. Force that town meeting. Force a referendum.
Right.
That is your right as a citizen of this town, as a resident of this town.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a homeowner. You don't have to be a business owner. You don't have to have lots of money.
Right.
You can be anybody.
Right.
And you can force that change or at least try to create change that you believe in instead of sitting back on Grizzled Now.
Right.
And bitching and
Right.
complaining.
During Santa, blah, blah, blah. We saw this during Santa's run, and it really went up some people's asses. Griswold was out doing the Santa's run. Oh, Santa was sitting on the opposite side of the truck. What the hell? This and that and stuff. So it was like, finally, and I'm not a big one. I wanted to get on there, and I won't do this, but wanted to say, well, if you got up, if you think they're doing it wrong, get up and volunteer and tell them the right way to do it. You can't bitch if you're not out there doing it.
Right.
So get up. They need volunteers everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're better at it and can do it better, get up there and do it.
I respect the people that are out there trying to make a difference and trying to do something, instead of just complaining on social media and then turning your computer off and then snuggling, into those beautiful dreams for good night.
Yeah. They used to have this in Oakdale. One of the assistant chief was great, or the deputy was great with this. People would be bitching about they're doing this, they're doing that. Why aren't they doing this? They should be doing this. And you go, well, we have Monday night meetings, and you can come up and get an application on Monday night, and see you then.
Kathy says people need to get involved and stop complaining on Facebook, thinking that that will have any significant change.
Right.
If you come significant, how about it won't change anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not going to change anything at all.
Yep.
If you're complaining on Facebook.
Right. The thing, people, and a lot of these people that are out there on these boards, commissions, they could be at home eating dinner with their family, or sitting on the couch with their significant other watching a show or a movie, watching them play on Facebook or whatever. But you can get out there and get involved. That's the only way.
There's not enough people that are involved.
No. And it's the same people on everything. And it's the same people on everything out there because there's no one else out there going out and doing it.
Yeah.
And eventually that's what's really hurting everything, I think, honestly. Like their fire departments, EMS services, board meetings, commissions, everything. They don't have enough volunteers. There's not enough different opinions. And that's what's going to make a difference.
Borough meetings.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's 1,000 people or so within the borough of Jewett City, 1,100 people.
The same people on all boards.
Maybe 4 people will show up at a borough meeting
that aren't on the board.
That are good point. Or married to the board member.
Right. Yeah.
Where are these people?
Yeah.
Oh, they're on Grizzled Now complaining. Oh, well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure everybody in the meetings on Griswold now looking to see what they think.
Right. How about Jewett City now?
Yeah.
Where are these people? They're not making a difference. They're sitting there complaining,
Mhm.
complaining.
Because that's the safest way to do it.
Look at Board of Selectmen meetings.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are there?
I honestly don't
Maybe
know.
10.
Really?
Yeah. What? 12, 13,000 residents in the town of Griswold?
Wow.
Yeah, there's 10. Maybe 15. Maybe. Unless it's about guns. And then you'll get 500.
Hey. But you know what those people are? You know what the good thing with the gun activism is? Those are people that are, one, passionate about it,
Mhm.
but two,
I'm not poo-pooing it.
I'm saying those are the people that are in groups. It's not people that all of a sudden saw it on Facebook. Those are the people that are actively in their groups. They go to the gun ranges or whatever groups they're in. They go shooting together, and then they hear about it. Then they come out and go after it because they're in 1, 2, 3 groups. I don't even. Social media may have a big thing to do with that. However, those people are already together in groups, so they're coming out already as a group. So I think that's got a lot to do with that. But
I agree.
Yeah, the people on Griswold now are bitching about the guy doing the magazines, going up and down the road, who goes to college trying to make a little bit of money doing a job.
Well, because you're automatically pegged as being creepy.
Right. They're the people that are always on there. And if you look at the people making the comments, it's always the same people. It's always So but I think they need to. I don't know if broadcasting the meetings would have any effect on it. I don't know.
That's a totally different
right.
subject.
So I don't know if that would make people more active in it, but I think it starts with
getting off your ass.
Yeah, I think it's where it starts, getting off your ass and doing it. I think you need to get off your damn phone or computer and just go face to face to the meeting.
So here's another thing that I hear all the time. I didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know about it is not good enough anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good enough. Stop complaining about how the town doesn't have this alert system or that alert system. Okay, guess what? Complaining about it doesn't change it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what can be done instead of what can't be done.
Yeah.
Not to go ahead and pat ourselves on the back here at SNSN, but when it comes to a town meeting, I post the agendas all the time.
And the Republican page does it all the time. I think the Democrat one started doing it too.
Right. I know your wife posts them a lot.
I think the Democrat page does it now too.
But it's out there.
Yeah.
If it didn't come up in your news feed, I'm sorry. I'm sorry it didn't come up in your news feed. But not everything's coming up in your news feed. You know, you're getting the latest meme, perhaps. But sometimes you have to go find it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know where it is, then just go to that Facebook page, that website. You don't have to go to ours. Just go to somewhere you know you're going to be able to find the information that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's, but I didn't know is not a good enough reason anymore.
Mm.
It's not. It's not a good reason. It's I didn't look.
Yeah, that could be it.
That's that. To be honest, I didn't look.
Yeah, I didn't look for the Board of Ed meeting last
Right.
night. Yeah.
In between looking at TikTok videos, in between going up my Instagram feed, in between just kind of what's going on Facebook, and look, that's for sale. Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Go look for it.
Yeah.
If you don't see it, it's probably because you didn't look.
Yeah. That could be it.
There's a video that I reference all the time, and it's called Look Up From Your Phone.
Oh, I like that one. You told me about it.
Yeah. Did you watch it? Did you actually watch
it?
it?
You told me about it.
It's pretty cool. And what it's about is there's this guy who's walking down, on a sidewalk, and a lady coming perpendicular to him. And they're both looking at their phones. And they end up walking right by each other. But in a different scenario, they're not looking at their phones. And the guy actually has a piece of paper in his hand, and he's looking for directions.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets perpendicular with that girl. And he asks her if, do you know how to get to so-and-so? And she said, yeah. Next thing you know, they're walking together because she's obviously going to show him where this place is. And then what happens? Well, then they look at each other and they have a date because of that meeting. They get married. They have kids, even to the point at the end of the video where he's holding her hand on her deathbed. And this all happened because their face was out of their phones.
Mm-hmm.
But because they were both staring at their phones, it never happened.
True story. Sure, it is true.
So
miss a lot just staring at your phone. Like I got to tell my son now. Telling him yesterday while we're driving, I'm picking him up at Grasso. Hey, get off your damn phone. You want to start driving soon? You got to know where the hell you're going.
Look, it goes back earlier. Like I said, don't jam things down people's throat, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to jam this down your throat, but tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong. Really, tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, he tries. Says, well, I can look at my phone. My phone will tell me where to go when I'm driving.
Daryl says, my favorite is when people that complain about something someone making a decision, but they have no answer to the problem themselves. Right. If you have a better plan, then go pitch it. If not, quit complaining.
There was a supervisor I had at an ambulance company one time, and it said on their door, don't come in here knocking on the door with complaints without solutions or possible solutions, because otherwise you're just whining and I don't want to hear it. So
Laura said, that's funny, Rich. We said the same exact things to our kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've talked pretty much a straight hour.
Easy to do
on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's not that we don't care or we're trying to tell you that this is what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to go ahead and have people look at options, look at different.
Yeah.
I see things every single day that I'm not doing right. And somebody gives me opinion and then I agree. Now, what's right, what's wrong anymore? Nobody really knows. It's really what your perception is.
Right.
But then again, if I'll hear something from people and go, you're right.
Hey, look, at the end of all the classes I teach, at the end of every class, for most of them, I put out a survey. What do you like about the class? What didn't you like about the class? What do you think can be done to make it better for you?
Yeah.
What subjects do you want to learn about? If they don't answer, some do, and I've actually made changes based on their opinions.
Daryl says my TV is on fire.
Cool.
It is. It's Christmas.
Just go.
But see, now this is the kind of stuff that just ticks me off. So Tyrone says the vaccine should be tested on politicians first. If they survive, the vaccine is safe. If they don't, then the country is safe. Okay, I don't care what somebody that I have no idea said. Why don't you talk about your own opinion? Putting quotes up by some random person that is named first name Monica, Monika. I don't know who this person is. Don't really care. That's no bearing on my life. There's no credibility to that statement because I'll bet you nobody in this room knows who this person is. Monica Wizanuska. That, my friend, is propaganda.
Cheers.
Cheers. But if you don't agree, that's okay. It's my opinion. I can't stand it. It's like somebody, taking a basketball and just shoving it right down my throat because I didn't believe what you said.
Yeah. My dog does that.
Then he says, well, since you can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, I've removed you from the list of helicopter mechanic candidates. Okay, great. I don't want to be a helicopter mechanic. I don't even know what he's talking about. Sarah, who her and her husband, I think are wonderful people. I will make a commitment to make a town meeting in January. Don't know which one yet. Then I will let you know how it was.
Okay. Cool.
Then she says, maybe as a naturalized citizen, it's time to figure out this local American politics deal.
There you go.
She's from the UK.
Good. If you change one person today, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Right. And she has kids that go through the school.
There you go.
And they're members of their residents here in the town of Griswold.
So they're making a difference right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's really all.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't think you're making a difference, you're making a difference. Showing up is making a difference.
Well, I can tell you as someone that's been on different boards, different places, not just Griswold, people coming to the meeting while you're sitting up there on the board and you're like, oh, there's people coming. It makes a difference.
Oh, let's see. You know what? Let's see. Block. There we go. Whatever.
A lot of scummers on there.
You're just getting, social media trolls.
Oh.
They get out there and say what they want to say, and they start pointing fingers and
they
they
take
call
off.
you names and stuff like that. So it's like, go on.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care if you don't want to go to a meeting, but say I don't want to go to a meeting and say I don't care. Then at least you have an opinion. But don't bitch and moan when something doesn't go your way. If you say, I don't care, I don't want to go to a meeting, I have no interest in making a change.
Fair enough.
That's fair. But don't complain when somebody else doesn't make the change you want them to make.
That's the big difference.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Stop blaming the Board of Education, not just in town here, but in all over the state, because it's not just here. Oh, boy. Trolls are coming out. Boom. Block.
I think that proves the point right there.
Huh?
That proves the point right there.
Yeah,
That's
I know. That one said the fat man is frightened. I'm not scared.
Scared of what?
Come on. Trolls?
Scared of what? That's what.
I don't know.
Right. I'm scared of you sitting on your keyboard. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah.
Platform. We're on the platform. Anyway, stop blaming the Board of Education.
Yeah.
In multiple towns.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the meeting. Tell them why you disagree. Tell them why.
I do wonder, though, what would happen if all the Board of Eds all said we don't want these mandates? Do they have the power to do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there is for example, as far as like Jewett City is concerned, they're a part of a group called NECOG, the Northeastern Council of
Northern Council of Governments.
Connecticut Council of Governments.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't know. I mean, that's not really. I don't think they have any kind of jurisdiction.
No, they're a recommendation.
Right.
I do know they also decide how much funding you get. I know that firsthand. Right. So I think if they don't follow,
I don't know if they decide.
They do. They do. Yeah, well, on some things, not everything. On some things, because a lot of I know I'm a co-chairman for ESF 9, which is a search and rescue group, which a lot of the funding comes through the COGs. So CCOG and NECOG, they're the ones that actually do decide how much funding you're going to get.
Got it.
So not on everything, but on some things.
So I do want to go ahead and give a shameless plug.
Nope.
Yeah.
Is it the movie Shameless? I like that show. Oh.
No, this is you can go to snsnradio.com and click on shop if you are looking for a last minute gift idea. We have a few things that you can check out, and they're on sale right now. They're all on sale if you went to snsnradio.com. And here, let me see if I can. This thing's got to be a little more user friendly. So there we go. So right there's a proud parent of a GHS athlete. It's an 11-ounce ceramic mug. It has a Grizzle G. nothing but a G. And says proud parent of a Griswold athlete. And there are others as well. There's the Griswold ornaments, red and green. We even have socks. We even have socks that say Griswold on them.
Are they big, thick, fluffy socks, or are they?
No, they're just regular. They're just regular socks that have the claw mark.
Okay.
For the Griswold Wolverines and the Griswold G. So there's that. And if you do not have, there's the Griswold G ornament. Our radio station now, we're all playing 80s now, so there you go. A lot of 80s stuff. GHS hoodies. No, these are cool. These are cool. You can actually get this hoodie customized with the year you graduated.
Really?
Yeah. We even had somebody do one with the year 2033 on it.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I mean, any if you have any last minute gift ideas, there's the Griswold Wolverine, just regular claw mark hoodie. What are you doing?
I was looking at your thing on here.
Oh, okay. What are you doing? And there's also if like I said, if your child is not a Griswold athlete, then we have a mug that says "Proud of my Griswold student." Let me find it. I had to take a break from what we were talking about.
Oh yeah. I was looking at what Joanne was just saying on here. It's true, but
what's that?
That the variants are all getting weaker. So.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
So there's the proud parent of a Griswold Wolverine. So if you have a student in there that's an athlete, or if you have one that is just you're just a parent, kid from the middle school, the high school.
Nice.
Great last minute gift idea for mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whatever. Check it out. It's snsnradio.com. Click on store, and you'll see all of the items that are there.
Sweet.
So,
will they be in by Christmas? Will they be in by Christmas, or is that too late for the printing?
Depends on what they order.
Okay.
Depends on what they order. You know, so you can always message me, and we can I can let you know if
making a New Year's gift.
Could be. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Rich and I will be back to
I got to cool off outside.
We'll be back to close the show in a minute right here on SNSN.
Gambling, tobacco, and alcohol are all legal for adults. For those under 21, providing these things can land you in jail. It's 21 for a reason.
Be someone your child can depend on and trust. Model behavior that expresses you care about them and their choices. Encourage them to wait until 21 to try alcohol. It is 21 for a reason. Visit CIRACCT.org for more information.
Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. It's 21 for a reason. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure all the hand and I just around.
No waste hauling job is too hard to handle for Connecticut Affordable Waste. New low prices on 10, 15, 20, and 30-yard dumpsters. You discard it, they haul it. Visit their website, www.ctaffortablewaste.com, or give them a call today, 860-391-9017. 860-391-9017. CT Affordable Waste is a proud supporter of Griswold Youth Football.
Let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure all the hand and I just around.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 860-376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138, Griswold.
Tire Queen.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price.
You
buy better it burns.
buy better. It burns. You buy better.
A new season is upon us. Let's not fall into bad habits and let another insurance policy go by without review. Our offices are open and our licensed agents are available to shop your policy coverage and prices with dozens of insurance companies. Phone, email, 24-hour chat, or a good old-fashioned face-to-face meeting. We offer it all. Home, auto, business, and life. The Burns Agency has been a trusted, full-service insurance solution in your community since 1932. There's no better time to start saving than today. The Burns Agency, Norwich, Dayville, or online at burnsagency.com.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price.
You
buy better it burns.
buy better. It burns. You buy better. We love the 80s.
Look, I'm not capping. Santa Claus is absolutely real. Really, no cap.
SNSN.
And good morning. Welcome back to the show. We've had some pretty poignant, and we discussions and topics. We try to bring these things up. That these are the things that a lot of people, I feel, don't want to talk about.
A lot of people don't. It's not happy.
Right. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. I feel it shouldn't matter to every individual what everybody else thinks. They're entitled to their own opinions.
Yeah.
They're entitled to their feelings. You don't have to jive with that.
No,
if you don't.
They should have their own opinions, because what would society be like if everybody believed the same thing?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a society.
Exactly.
It'd be robots.
Exactly.
So I say this all the time. Well, you don't agree? I'm sorry. That's good for you.
You don't have to agree.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree at all. But then there are folks out there, unfortunately, that I feel that if you don't agree with them, then they really don't want anything to do with you.
I say, okay.
Peace
out, brother.
And it's not a Democrat thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's not a vaxing thing. Not a non-vaxxing
you know what
thing.
that is? It's an easy excuse.
It's a human thing.
It's an easy excuse. It's easy out. Oh, okay. Well, you're a Republican or a Democrat, so screw you.
Right.
Yeah. It's an easy way out to get out of a discussion. And
yeah.
And honestly, I've sat down with both Republicans and Democrats. I've talked to all of them. I've had friends that are both. I have friends that don't know which one they are. It doesn't matter. And when they all sit down and talk in reality, you know what they end up coming up with? They believe a lot of the same damn things.
Yeah. Yeah. If you actually go to like small town politics,
yeah,
people are, they're more in agreement than they are disagreement.
Right. Yeah.
And it's funny when you go to a town meeting and you listen to people speak, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how close they really are.
Yeah, maybe it should be a little change here or there.
Right. The Republican and Democrat division, or the segregation, really happens on a national level.
Yeah.
But on a local level, which is something we really need to be more concerned with, I think.
Yeah, because they're not in reality anymore up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but they don't really have direct effect today. You can directly affect your community.
Right.
By
by
going to a meeting, stating your opinion, volunteering on a board,
Mm-hmm.
working with the youth center, volunteering at the school. Listen to what you hear about on social media, what parents think and how they feel. Spend a day next to a teacher.
Oh, no thanks.
But you see what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
Spend a day, next to an administrator.
Yeah.
Spend a day next to the office secretary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they deal with stuff that honestly isn't even education anymore.
Yeah.
It's I know people that are teachers.
Yeah, and you'll find out just how close you are.
Yeah.
When it comes to your thoughts and what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Spend a day, do a walk along with a state trooper. Do a ride along or something like that. When you strip down the badge and the all of that stuff, you'll find out just how close you are.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I know a lot of them, and the ones I know, a lot of them, not all, a lot of them are they just want to go home.
Yeah,
they want to go home. That's it. They want to go to work, go home. They don't want to piss people off. They don't want to. They want to. A lot of them want to help people that really need help, and they don't want to be ruining someone's day.
And there are. Did I ever tell you the story that I had about
when you got pulled over in Groton?
Yeah. So the officer that pulled me over, this was a long time ago. This has got to be 20 years, and I think that was the last time I got pulled over. But for the benefit of those who never heard the story, I'll just tell it really quick. I got pulled over in Groton, and the town cop came over and said to me, I don't remember if it's on 184. Is that town or city?
Town.
Okay. So town, I got pulled over, and I was told, for license and registration. So I'm reaching for it and getting it. I said, officer, can you tell me what I did? License and registration, please. I said, okay, but could you please tell me why you pulled me over? And he goes, sir, license and registration, please. And I went, okay. Can you tell me why you pulled me over? I said, or is this just another random act of kindness? Yeah. Sir, get out of the car. Okay. And then I told him, I said, look, I just had a really bad day at work, and I just need to relax. And I said, and then you pull me over, and right. And he looks at me and he goes, I understand having a bad day. And he looked at me after he's looking at my license. He's looking at my registration. And he said, I pulled you over because you weren't wearing your seatbelt. I went, oh. He goes, can you do me a favor? Just the way he said it. Could you do me a favor? Do me a favor. I said, sure. Just put your seatbelt on. And I looked at him and I said, oh. And I'm thinking, why would that be doing you a favor? Because I believe in seatbelt, wearing. And I'm like, oh, maybe he cares.
Yeah.
And I just went.
That he doesn't want to feel the need to pull you over.
Right. Or he doesn't want to come to an accident where a seatbelt could have saved my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, okay. And ever since then, I've worn a seatbelt. Never forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to the point where sometimes I'll come to a stop sign right at the end of my road. I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot to put my seatbelt on. And I put it on real quick.
Like when we
But he pulled me over because he cared.
Right.
Not because he was trying to just whack a ticket on me.
Right.
For that back then was $35. Yeah, that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, but the dispatcher training, one of the things we had to do is we had to do ride-alongs with officers. And I was riding with an officer, a younger guy, not new, but he's not really 100% seasoned either. And he is telling me that, like, I don't want to give people tickets. Says I don't want to ruin someone's day.
I've never talked to an officer that said I want to give people tickets.
He was like, all I'll do is pull someone over. If they're being nice, respectful, or talking, I'll just say thank you, give them a warning, and send them on their way. A lot of people don't realize that. That's all they want to do is stop you from speeding.
Right. And the police officer also knows that it doesn't just affect you that day
Right.
and what you're thinking. It'll affect what you pay out in a ticket.
Right.
It'll affect your car insurance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They get it.
So, I mean, there are some that, they're like in any profession, but a lot of them just want to go home at the end of the day and be with their family.
You know what? There are cops, that there's a percentage.
Sure.
Which are not nice.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can go to McDonald's and that same percentage are a bunch of jackals.
Yeah, there's a lot of firefighters, EMS,
Sure.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Every profession,
It's here.
I know a janitor that used to get pissed off at kids walking down the hall. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same in every profession. But majority of them are, at the end of the day, their mothers, fathers, cousins. Right. They want to go home to their family.
And I bet they're going to a meeting at their town hall.
A lot of them. Believe it or not, when I was a union president in one end, there was a lot of them that went to town meetings because it affects them. So
I don't know. I think we've stressed our point today.
Yeah,
that we can agree to disagree.
Sure.
Social media is not. I mean, you can discuss and debate, and I think that's healthy, really, in any form, as long as you're respectful of the other person,
right?
And their respect.
It's a good way to talk about information and stuff. But
if you really want to make a change, if you really feel passionate about a subject that you want to either change altogether or have an existing idea that you think that would enhance what's going on, no matter what it is, use the right channels, right?
Well,
go to a meeting.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you firsthand, being on other past boards and commissions, I've never been at a meeting where they said, well, Jillian on Griswold Now said this. So I think we should really change that.
Right.
She was on Facebook and said this, or Instagram. So
and Jillian sure as hell isn't at the meeting.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think they're really going, well, this many people on Facebook thought this today. So I think we need to change that.
Yeah. All right, Rich.
Yep.
Always good to see you, dude.
Yeah, you too.
And you will not be here Thursday?
No, I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Paul will be back tomorrow. Paul Lash, once again, right here on SNSN. It was a tough conversation today. A lot of comments, a lot of people chiming in, and we appreciate that. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Rich doesn't care, but
actually, I think them sending their opinions in sparks a little bit more conversation. So
it does. Absolutely. But Jerry Springer said it. Jerry Springer.
Oh, the old Springer show. Yeah, I love. Right? Yeah, we used to watch it at the firehouse.
Right. And what did he always say at the end? It was always this: take care of yourself and each other.
That's it.
Family owned and operated. That's something you don't hear too often anymore. Highway Campers of Plainfield is now 3 generations in and going strong. If you're looking to upgrade or get your first RV, contact the family that knows RVs, Highway Campers. They'll walk you through the process of finding the right RV